Hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about the hot topic coronavirus and COVID-19, and we have tried to explain it a bit more detailed here in this video. Every one of us know that the world is currently reeling under the severe impact of COVID-19 disease, that is the novel coronavirus outbreak. In this video we will discuss about the different concepts related to COVID-19 disease, and we shall try to make our understanding clear about these concepts. First of all, we need to understand what is the difference between COVID-19 and coronavirus. The answer is COVID-19 means the coronavirus disease, and it was initially found in December 2019 in China, hence the suffix 19 denoting year of its arrival into humans. Coronavirus means the virus that causes this COVID disease. It is just like this example. HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. The expansion of this abbreviation is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. The suffix 2 here is chosen because the virus is genetically related to the coronavirus responsible for the SARS outbreak of 2003. So that is the first one, and the current one is the second one, hence the suffix 2. Let us now try to find answers for few basic questions on corona. Why is the name corona given to this virus? Coronaviruses are a large group of viruses which are in the form of cells with genetic material inside and an envelope surrounding the genetic material, and this envelope has protein spikes in it. These spikes are in the form of crowns, and hence the name corona, which means crown in Latin. Let us now move into the next question. What is the source of this virus? As of now, all available evidences suggest that this coronavirus has a natural animal origin and is not a constructed virus. It is believed that it has its origin from the seafood and animal market in Wuhan, China. This coronavirus most probably has its ecological reservoir in bats and belongs to a group of genetically related viruses which also include other coronaviruses isolated from bats' population. Moving into our next question, is this virus airborne? The virus that causes COVID-19 is mainly transmitted through droplets generated when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or speaks. These droplets are too heavy to hang in the air. They quickly fall on floors or surfaces. A person can be infected by breathing in the virus if you are within 1 meter of a person who has COVID-19, or by touching a contaminated surface and then touching your eyes, nose, or mouth before washing your hands. This is why it is important to stay more than 1 meter away from a person who is sick. Coronaviruses are type of viruses that typically affect the respiratory tracts of birds and mammals, including humans. It may take 2 to 14 days for a person to notice symptoms after infection. Is COVID-19 same as SARS? The answer to this question is no. Though the virus that causes COVID-19 and the one that caused the outbreak of SARS in 2003 are related to each other genetically, the diseases that they cause are quite different. SARS that came in 2003 was more deadly but much less infectious than this COVID-19. There have been no outbreaks of SARS anywhere in the world since 2003, but we are unsure as of now about the second wave of this COVID-19 disease. The next question is, how did the first human infection of COVID-19 occur? As we all know, the first human case of COVID-19 was identified in Wuhan city in China in December 2019. In their efforts to track down the source of the new coronavirus, researchers have suggested that the infection in humans originated at a seafood and wild animal wet market in Wuhan city. The virus which caused the SARS outbreak in 2003 jumped from an animal reservoir, that is the civet cats, to humans and then spread between humans. In a similar way, it is thought that the current coronavirus jumped the species barrier and has infected the humans. This time also the virus has spread through an intermediate host, but is another animal species, more likely to be pangolin, which is also a wild animal and is handled by humans in that region. Generally, when coronavirus spreads to humans, it is usually via contact with an animal that carries this virus. Okay, the next question is, how is this virus diagnosed? The virus is diagnosed by the test called PCR, which stands for polymerase chain reaction. PCR test is the rapid way to diagnose the coronavirus infection, which is done by examining the clinical samples for evidence of virus infection. This test identifies the virus based on its genetic fingerprint, that is, using a method called genomic sequencing, which is used to identify the DNA structure of the novel coronavirus and confirm its presence in the human body. If virus exists, then the virus genome will amplify its presence, confirming the virus infection. This test duration is 3 to 5 hours. The other test is antibody test, which detects the immune system's response to the virus infection. If the person is infected, then their blood will contain antibodies to fight the virus. These antibodies will bind with the virus and try to disable it. A positive test means the immune system has already reacted to the virus infection, hence the presence of this virus is confirmed. The different steps followed in these two tests are shown here in this picture. Actually, I came across a good animation video in YouTube which clearly explains how a PCR test is performed. I have given the link for that video in the below description. Okay, let us now see some facts by researchers about this virus. Researchers used the genomic sequencing method to compare the DNA of the new coronavirus in humans with that in animals. Studies point out that this novel coronavirus in humans is most similar to bat coronavirus, with its genomic sequence matching 88%. The same study shows that the new virus DNA is about 79% the same as that of the 2003 SARS coronavirus and approximately 50% like that of the MERS virus. However, when it was about to be concluded that this new 2019 coronavirus was from bats, recently another study by researchers suggested that pangolins may have been the initial propagators of this coronavirus, as its genomic sequence appeared to be 99% like that of this new coronavirus in humans. Pangolin, a scaly, otherwise harmless mammal that eats ants, may have spread the virus to humans. Also, further studies reveal that bats are unlikely to transmit the virus directly to humans. So, as with most similar viruses, such as SARS and MERS, an intermediary animal is usually the one responsible. For SARS, this was the civet cat, while camels helped spread MERS. Pangolin is found as a potential intermediate host for this new coronavirus 2019. Pangolin is a victim of illegal trafficking, and researchers describe pangolin as the most poached and trafficked animal in the world, and China is a major destination for trafficked animals. Next, we will see what are all the myths that are going around this coronavirus outbreak and whether they are true or these are only myths that needs to be avoided. The first one is, a myth suggests that COVID-19 is spreading due to 5G networks. How did this myth do their rounds in the web? In some developed countries where 5G networks have started mushrooming, a common notion was doing rounds on the web suggesting that this next generation network is helping the novel coronavirus in its cause. And before explanations reach the masses, we have news reports showing damaged 5G towers. It was believed that the radiation from 5G towers is causing the virus to propagate easily and affect more. The truth is, however, 5G technology has nothing to do with how this virus spreads. Viruses cannot travel on radio waves or mobile networks. COVID-19 is spreading in many countries that do not have 5G mobile networks. COVID-19 is spread through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes or speaks. COVID-19 has got nothing to do with 5G or any other telecom networks. The next myth is, exposing yourself to extreme hot or to extreme cold weather will prevent COVID-19. The truth is, you can catch COVID-19 no matter how sunny or hot the weather is. Countries with hot weather have reported cases of COVID-19 as well. Similarly, there is no reason to believe that cold weather can kill the new coronavirus. See, the normal human body temperature remains around 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius, regardless of the external temperature or weather. Okay, the next myth is, drinking alcohol will prevent you against COVID-19. The truth is, drinking alcohol does not protect you against COVID-19 and in turn can be dangerous. Frequent or excessive alcohol consumption can increase your risk of health problems during this pandemic period. The next myth is, the new coronavirus can be transmitted through mosquito bites. The truth is, To date, there has been no information nor evidence to suggest that the new coronavirus could be transmitted by mosquitoes. The new coronavirus is a respiratory virus which spreads primarily through droplets generated when an infected person coughs or sneezes, or through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose. The next myth is, can eating garlic help prevent infection with the new coronavirus? The truth is, garlic is a healthy food that may have some antimicrobial properties. However, there is no evidence from the current outbreak that eating garlic has protected people from the new coronavirus. Let us now see some of the common definitions or terminologies related to this coronavirus. What is the difference between epidemic and pandemic? Epidemic happens when a lot of people in one community get an infectious disease. A pandemic happens when there are multiple epidemics of the same disease in communities across the world. The World Health Organization classed the outbreak of COVID-19 as a pandemic on 11th March 2020. Now, what is the difference between quarantine and isolation? While both are the public health practice to contain or to control the spread of outbreak of a disease, quarantine is used for someone who may or may not have the symptoms of the disease but is exposed to it. But isolation is when somebody who has been diagnosed with the disease and is kept away from everyone else. So, someone who is quarantined falls sick and is confirmed for the disease, then the patient is moved to isolation. We would also like to know what is social distancing means at this juncture. It is keeping each other at a level of distance away to minimize the risks of getting infected by the disease. This involves avoiding densely populated areas such as shopping malls, theatre, stadiums, etc. CDC, which means Center for Disease Control and Prevention in USA, recommends to keep a safe distance of 6 meters from each other while you suspect passing through infectious area or person to avoid this virus infection. Now, the next, what is the difference between local transmission and community transmission? Pandemic can be divided into 4 stages. Stage 1 is that of imported cases, when people who have traveled to already infected countries pick up the infection and bring it back home. Stage 2 is that of local transmission, which means people who have come in contact with those who have a travel history test positive. That is, we may be able to identify the source of transmission. We can establish a clear chain of transmission among those infected. Stage 3 is the community transmission phase, when infection no longer takes place through contact, including sneezing, but it spreads indirectly through surfaces that infected people in the community have touched, whom you may no longer be able to trace. In this stage, we are unable to identify where individuals have caught the infections from. Stage 4 is when the disease spreads widely through major clusters of infection all over the country or region. This brings us to the end of this video. Hope you got some points or some doubts cleared about the present pandemic COVID-19. If you do like to receive many more videos from us, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll meet you all with another video in a short while. Till then, signing off from you is Subramaniam. Bye all, take care, stay safe and stay at home.